Anytime you're ready to go. Welcome back to the ILA on the Six Nations of the Grand River for the second half of our doubleheader. This is the back end of a home-and-home series between the Brampton Express and the Six Nations Snipers. Hello, Lance Wynn back at it again. Starting goalies, Lane Harushka, 7-1 record, gets the start for the Express, and it'll be Dusty Hill, 4-6 record between the pipes for the Snipers. Officials for today's second game, Seb Baudouin is the crew chief. He's with Mark Sandman Sands, and of course, Aaron Buswell. Head coaches for Brampton, Jeff Dowling. His assistants, Ryan Campbell, Jeff Snyder, Zach Tompkinson, and Craig Cowan. And for the Snipers, Darcy Powless not here. It'll be Vince Longboat running things. Derek Searle and Jake Henhock are at his side. As we get set to go, of course, these two teams played on Friday night. It was a 15-14 overtime win for the Snipers. And this first possession right now belongs to no one with 10 on the shot clock. And Stone Jacobs will grab it, scoop it, and work it up to Jerry Stotts, who chipped in with a big transition goal on Friday. And now Wes Whitlow. Work it down, Bradley Maxwell. Whole lot of lineup changes for this Brampton Express team. Flip back, Whitlow, kick down. Quick stick try, Maxwell over the net. Whitlow, good one-handed grab, 5 on the shot clock. Thunderhill to the bounce. Harushka closing those wickets right up. And an outlet pass going to be some trouble for Cristello, and he gets bumped. So note that the notable scratches as Hill walks in, and they blew that a little too early, I think. So Thunderhill will inbounds and get it back out. Chayton King will set it up. I'll go through the notable scratches in a minute. Armitage working it down behind the net. Thunderhill looking for an opening. Keep an eye on him. I tell you, he's got a bag of tricks too. Armitage, quick shot stopped. Harushka the rebound. McDonald trying to get at it. Finally gets a hold on it. And he has it taken away from him. And a quick swipe ahead. And a good job by Vern Hill in the lineup. So both Thunder and Vern here as Armitage scoops and goes. Gets it over the timeline. Here come the Snipers. Armitage, wrong stick side. He'll loop right around. Little fake behind the net. Jonah Beam, oldest player out there today, Jonah Beam. As Mike McLaughlin still working through an injury. Wes Whitlow. I don't know why anyone would want me to call them old. Armitage off the post and out of play. So forgive me for calling someone else old. That's not the case, but I was forced to do it. Whitlow able to handle that off the boards. Skips it across. Thunder. Hill loops back. Boards. Armitage took a hit as soon as he touched it. Now it's going to be legged up over the timeline, and a lot of number changes. So if you're looking at this Brampton roster, Penn Estrat, no. Tyler Halls, no. James Whiteford, Carter Coffey, Luis Ferreira. That attempt stopped by Dusty Hill. Andrew Horsley, Colin Matthews, Zach Sunderland. And if I haven't gone on enough, Gage Board and Jake McNabb not here for Brampton. So the core of the team, a lot of call-ups. Jackson Smiley, Nolan Pete, James Oberle, Garen Jennings, Brian Freeman, and Evan Ward, along with Keelan Jackson added to the lineup. That flipped back. So it's going to be a bit of a struggle offensively for Brampton. Ty Ingram from way out lets that one go. Wide of the net. Ball loose. Jackson fighting for it, but possession will belong to the Snipers, Mitch Zulian. So the Snipers have been playing some solid lacrosse. That was a big win on Friday. And if they can come away with one here, it will look good for a playoff spot. Chayton King gets a screen. King had that one partially deflected. Thunderhill with 10 on the shot clock. Hill shot right on. Easy save, Harushka. He'll look to outlet. A bad one will give it right back to Thunder Hill. Wide open, Chayton King. King! Robbed twice! So Chayton King on the doorstep trying to open the scoring. Just couldn't. And now some pressure as a good job to get it up and over the timeline. Liam Keane. He'll flip it, and they'll work it on the right. Trying to dump that down and in to Searle. Nothing doing on the connection. And now another opportunity. Burnhill's shot handled easily. Neil Adamson going to have to leg it, and he doesn't get it over, so a time violation. We'll give it right back to the Snipers. Kick it out. Whitlow swing it around, work it to Thunder. Hill with Maxwell in tight. Goes right to Jordan Goddard, swings it around, off to Karam, right back to Thunder. Hill, good ducking, shovel. Maxwell couldn't handle it, picked up and intercepted. And the Express now counter the other way. Keaton Walsh. That gets flipped right back, and it's Curtis Ward. So a lot of the workload will be shouldered by Curtis Ward, is coming off a 5-goal performance on Friday. That one by Ingram rung off the crossbar. That'll go the length of the carpet, and it'll be a fresh 20 here for Brampton. They will have to move it up. Under 11 minutes to go, as we're still looking for the game's first goal. Ward zips one down, and Zulian got a piece of it, scooting around. Zulian, good job defensively, and that's going to be a legal cross-check in the back. So the first penalty of the game goes to Stone Jacobs, and the Snipers' first power play goes to the Express, who continue to sport the best power play in the league, averaging 3 power play goals a game, including 3 for 5 in a losing cause on Friday. So Jeremy Searle will inbounds. Ingram out there as well with Ward on the left. Ward shot wide of the mark. Rebound Searle. No reset again. Ward with 2 good bullets. We talked about his shooting philosophy in that one through the crease of the call and working things a little different. He's been outstanding, though, in his approach to the game and his improvement this year. This is his best year in the Arenalacrosse League. Armitage. Minute and a half to burn in the man short for the Snipers. Whitlow. Whitlow matched up. Jason Smiley on him. Whitlow will just dump it off. 5 in the shot clock. Armitage puts on the brakes, peels around, bounces off another, gets a shot off, and Farushka had to make a save there, so a good job to get that shot off. Joey Zabo, we'll see if we see him on offense here in this game. He's certainly got some, and a whole lot of changes as Searle comes out with 50 seconds left in a man advantage. Gaps that one. A good save made there by Dougie Palace. No reset. Can't connect clean. Ingram from way out wide. Karam Ward. That one. Good save. Dusty Hill. Rebound sits there, and Stotts all over the loose ball. Ward on him. Stotts moves it up on a hop. Goddard took a solid cross check and a good one. James Oberle. Welcome to your debut in the Arenalacrosse League, young fella, as that was a good, solid cross-check. Searle now with 10 seconds left in the man advantage. That one over the net. Rebound, Ingram. Kicked it out. Ward almost had a handle. Good job as Killian works hard. Shot clock at 5. Stotts will try to keep it pinned. And that's exactly what he does. And not sure that you're going to want to tangle, as Brian Freeman don't want to tangle with some of the cagey vets in the league. As now Keelan Pilon will send it back to Avery Steinbach Parker. ASP works it. Goddard now in the corner. Goddard, underhand, steered aside by Harushka. Loose ball. Goddard gets it on the reset. And looks in. Whitlow's shot. Tried to sneak one in. Thunderhill. Hill lets it go through a crowd. Good bouncer stop. ASP not able to find that one. And a flip back. Adamson now going to have to work. Going to have to shoot that up as that one stays. And that'll be an 8-second count. So big adjustment for some of the youngsters playing up from the U22. That 8-second count in effect. And when you got pressure like the Snipers deliver, not easy. Looking inside to Maxwell. Couldn't connect. Armitage rolls off McDonald. Armitage hard to the net. Right on. Stopped by Harushka. Under 8 minutes to go in his first quarter. McDonald legging it over the timeline. Thomas McDonald with Jacobs on him. Jacobs, good job. Kicks it back, but Keene there. And a good job by Jacobs to get that up and out to Vern Hill. So one Hill to another, Vern to Thunder. And now Pilon. Goddard backing in. Goddard kick out. Whitlow shot right on. Rebound. Whitlow spins off one, pulls it back out. Takes a couple chops and they'll reset. What a catch by Whitlow. My goodness. Almost pulled off a bit of a circus act. But if you don't know, some of the best hands in the game, Wes Whitlow. And now Brampton, a good job, Ingram. Puts on the Jets, but Travis Stott's right there, gets it back. And again, looking for some open carpet. They swing it around to Searle. He'll skip it to Ingram. Little dipsy doodle flip, can't connect. Good idea from Freeman. Not able to execute, and now it's Eric Poirier. Poirier gives way to Maxwell. Maxwell cruising down the left side. Half boards. Isolated one-on-one. Looking for a screen. Gets one. Dump off. Tough pass to Chayton King. ASP twister. Short side. Nothing doing. King now on a 20-second reset. You get the feeling the Snipers get one, they'll get two, and then maybe three. That shot pass, top corner, and you could tell Thunderhill was eyeing it and not able to keep it over the line. And with just under 6 minutes, we'll go to our first officials timeout. Back to action here as the Express go to work. Skip pass across. Ward picks up curls. Great spin move. Curtis Ward tiptoeing around the crease. Out Keene. Can't get a shot off. Good play on the angle by Killian. Andrew Vradenberg doing some good defensive work. He was the Friday night's overtime hero. Riley Hess in some trouble, but he gets out of it. Good job. Vradenberg now working with Killian. Whitlow on the other side. They'll bounce it back out, let the rest of the offense join the party, and it's Thunderhill. Thunderhill tried to slide it the other way and came up with a lot of Harushka pad. Got it back, though, now Pilon on the reset. Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. That's a quick shot. That one's wide. Still plenty of time. Dump in looking for Maxwell. Karen Pilon. Kick out. Whitlow's quick shot, and he scores. So Wes Whitlow, that ball was in and out of his stick in the blink of an eye. And he picks up his first of the game to set the pace. 22nd of the season. 1-0 Snipers. So in this situation, you look at Brampton with a majority of their core missing. The Snipers with pretty much a close to a full lineup. And that should make things tilt things in the favor of the Orange, but that's not always the case. But a must win here for the Snipers. Stotts zips it across to Zulian. Zulian should be getting some more time on offense here in this game, working with Armitage on the curl. Goddard tried to duck in. Had that one knocked down. Almost got it back, but Harushka will bail his team out with an outlet to McDonald. McDonald, he'll skip it, and they'll slow it up. Ward. One-on-one, kicks it Ingram. Ingram shot. Tried to sneak it through the armpit there at Dusty Hill, but Dust Bucket having none of it now, and it's Vern Hill. Vern, he'll flip it. And a good job by Pilon to avoid a defender, skip across. Whitlow, bullet right on. Good job on the box out, scooped up for a fresh 20. Pilon has some room. Trying to work through a crowd, kicks it out. Goddard tried to find Maxwell right on the crease. Goddard gets it back. Maxwell thinking about it. Out. Pilon has room. Maxwell, beauty pass from Pilon. Riley Maxwell picking up his 16th goal of the season. A big one, and I think what's more important there is a great feed from Pilon. Saw that Maxwell had a higher percentage shot wide open on the crease, and instead of taking what was a wide open shot, deferred, higher percentage, back of the net, 2-0 lead for the Snipers. Off the jaw, Dougie Palace winning one over Jonah Beam, who did I mention is the oldest player out there. Sorry, Jonah, had to throw that in one more time as Thunder Hill. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Hill. Tried to dump it off to Zulian, and Hill got it back, but popped out. And now the other way, here come the Express. McDonald. Searle, he'll wait for the rest of the O. Good crowd on hand here at the ILA on this Sunday for both games as Smiley trying to make a move, but instead Travis Stotts has a man in Vern Hill. And I'm not sure where Travis was tossing that, maybe to play the carom and get it back, but he has Vern Hill. Vern will just flip that right out Maxwell. So good discipline by the Snipers, not forcing anything. And now with 10, it's Whitlow. Whitlow ducks in, down low looking for Maxwell. Ball loose, and Express come away with it. And a good check. Steal by Whitlow. 2-on-1. ASP keeps it wide of the mark. Karam. Whitlow gets bounced off, but it gets taken back. And the forechecking by the Snipers relentless. And they call Whitlow on interference there. Not sure how they got tangled up, but him and Evan Ward. So Brampton with control here, just over a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Ward swings it out, Ingram on the kick curl. Bouncer right on, Dusty Hill on his game today. Quick pass. They'll look to move it up with Jacobs. Chayton King, Stotts. Boy, good pass right on the doorstep. Killian stopped. So good transition offense by the Snipers. They leave some guys out there as we head to the final minute. King comes away with it. King forgot the ball, went back to get it, zipped it back out. They'll swing it to the left. Thunder. 10 on the shot clock. That one right in the breadbasket. Easy save, Harushka. 47 seconds left. Good bounce pass and getting it over the timeline. But Stotts, I tell you, he's not the guy you want to invite for dinner. As that's going to be a holding the stick call. So It's going to be Nolan Pete that's going to head to the penalty box and not Jerry Stotts. When I had a chance to speak to both coaches, as far as Vince Longboat, always very calm, cool, and collected, just talked about the team being disciplined and doing a lot of the good things they did last week. And if you're Brampton with an undermanned squad, you're just trying to keep your team competitive and give some guys a chance to work on some things. Pilon, kick across. 15 seconds left. First power play opportunity for the Snipers. Maxwell with 8 on the shot clock, 10 on the game clock. Kick out. Whitlow, shot pass. That quick stick rob. Thunderhill, another chance. 4. Got to shoot it. Maxwell, top corner. Power play goal for the Snipers, 3-0 with .5 on the clock. So Maxwell on the receiving end again. Second of the game. And this is those kind of games where you know when teams are undermanned, you can't underestimate them, and the buzzer will go. So 1 quarter down here at the ILA, 3-0 Snipers. Trying to dominate the world. Back here for second quarter action. Lance Wynn working alongside Steven Stamp as he handles the visuals. Off the draw, Stone Jacobs. And Jacobs really has settled in nicely on this Sniper squad. Does a little everything all over the loose balls. He's an offensive threat, but more importantly, he's got sure hands. Pilon working one-on-one. Bounced right back out. Gets a shot on net. Arushka made the save. Goddard overran it, but it's picked up Chayton King. They'll work with 20 more. Thunderhill. Going to beam on him. I tell you, a bit of a mismatch, but that Thunderhill guy, he's crafty. Kick across. Jacobs fakes that. Goes to the underhand. So fake the underhand and then take the underhand. Stone Jacobs doing a good job, picking up his 6th of the season. And it's a 4-0 lead. And you can say what you want, but when the Snipers and you come in with a 5-7 record, and the Express sitting at 9-3, top team in the league right now after Whippy's loss earlier today, 12-10 to Ohsweken. But these Snipers need a win here to try to solidify a spot in the postseason, at least get them to week 14, which is the final week. They will play Paris. And out the back door, beauty pass. Thunder tried to feather it, and it was stopped. Probably should have put a little more zip on that as Harushka was out of position. But you can bet Thunderhill will make the adjustment next time around. Liam Keane. He'll leg it over the timeline, and jump start on the left side. Bodies flying, and a good hard shot by Freeman, but it'll stay right here for 20 more. So I do like this Freeman kid. He's got good hands, and he's sure fearless. No look. Freeman had a notion. Good fake crease dive. That's cut right off by Dusty Hill. Picked up now, and here come the Snipers on the move. Poirier, back door. Had Maxwell. Gives it to him. Maxwell's shot stopped by Harushka. Picked up Vern Hill, and Goddard will settle it down with 20. Whitlow. Thunder on the give and go to Maxwell. It's gone and went. And Harushka will outlet and send away the Express. Oberle will give way to Ward. Ward. Good job by Mitch Zuling to duck under that screen and stay in position. That kick across, way out by Ingram. Ball loose, no reset, 5 in the shot clock. Back out, Ingram. That one right on, he'll stop that. It's picked up, and good to see Mike McLaughlin in there. So now we have to revert back because Jonah Beam is not the oldest guy in the lineup. Mikey McLaughlin will take that honor. Pardon me, Mr. McLaughlin, but we have to set the record straight. ASP looking for something. Backhand pass, not a good one. And Harushka airs it out. McDonald going to have to run under it in a race and has his stick taken away. Good defense there by ASP. Then he follows that up with a bad pass and in very generous nature gives it right back, and Brampton doing their best to return the favor. Szabo zips it up as that's what all he had to do with a second left. And Killian now will run under it. And he will move it up. They'll slow it up now with Jacobs. Whitlow. And Jacobs on the right side. Hill. Tough screen. Maxwell, sidearm. Went through, but not over the goal line. And now airing it out to the back door. Ingram runs under it. Searle cruising down the left. Kick back out. Freeman. Can't shake Vredenberg. Kick out Ingram. On the roll. And bouncing off a couple. Got the shot off. I think that was Pete on a good effort. And I stand corrected. That was Jackson. And now Whitlow. Whitlow sizing it up. Always on the curl. And Goddard was a little too hands-on. We're going to have an illegal cross-check call. And I think the Snipers are going to go to the penalty box for the second time in this game. So it's Jordan Goddard. He'll go for 2. The Express now to their second power play opportunity, 0 for 1. So Searle will be at the top. He's usually there on the regular power play. Ward, the only one out there, maybe Ingram at times, the second power play unit that's here for the extra man. That shot blocked Vredenberg. Ingram, nothing. Searle trying to park himself in front, but Stott's working him over. There's got to be better things to do with your day than have that happen. Tough carom. And it gets knocked down. And shot clock violation and going to have to get dropped. So picked up by Jacobs. And surprise, surprise, Thunderhill cruising around that crease area. Whitlow as we hit the 10-minute mark here, second quarter. Snipers with a 4-0 lead. Whitlow, duck in. I'm not sure. Probably Thunderhill, the only one Whitlow could pass to like that. And through the crease the call, so possession belongs to Brampton. Szabo, good job on the short hop. And he'll trot over the timeline. Searle will set it up with 45 seconds left in a man advantage. So you got to figure Searle and Ward are going to have to take most of these shots, looking down low and in tight. Now Mitch Zulian, one guy to beat. Zulian takes a couple hacks and chops and getting chased down, weaves in, and just less than 30 seconds to burn here for the Snipers. So a job well done by Zulian. Stotts now will pick it up, give way to Whitlow. 10 on the shot clock. Pilon. Shovel, almost connected with Whitlow, who scoops that up with 1, and he'll hang on to it long enough to leave just 6 seconds left in the penalty. Freeman will bring it over the timeline. Send it down low. Ward with an opportunity. Vern Hill, always head up. Jacobs. He'll be looking at the back door. Good transition defense from Brampton. Jacobs, that one steered aside by Harushka. No need to worry, but you can't go over and back. That's the only thing. Only off a face-off, so Jacobs will remember that. You can bet. Now going for a run and taking a hard hit was Robert Cristello. Ward picks up that loose ball. Looking down low for Searle. Keene bails him out with 8 on the shot clock. Ward took something off. Good save, Dusty Hill. Ball loose. Bodies laying on the carpet. Dusty Hill, good outlet to Stotts. Stotts has Maxwell out of the box. Sends it to Steinbach Parker, who gets it to Thunder. Hill back out, swinging around right side. ASP flips it, and luckily in the basket to Pilon, who gets it right back from King. 6 on the shot clock. That gets dumped in the corner, and that will take us to our officials' timeout and it'll give us a chance to thank some of our Six Nations sponsors. Classics to Customs Auto Body, Belco Construction, KT Gas and Tobacco, Tribe Cannabis, Little Buffalo Store and Gas, MTS Native Services, Morrow Athletics, Guaranteed Glass and Tint, Nicosi, Wicked Extracts, and of course, Hills Custom Coffins. You can come by anytime, but you can't stay. We'll be back. Back to it now as Ward will bring it up over the timeline and go to work. Brampton looking for their first goal here in this game. Stepping into that one, but it's partially deflected. And good effort there by Pete, but ends up losing it, and now Vredenberg. Andrew Vredenberg has been playing some outstanding lacrosse. I mean, overtime winner aside, it was the work he put in the previous 4 quarters. And his overtime goal was just a reward. Goddard, backhand, Whitlow, stick move. And the only thing is, I think it was too quick that Harushka didn't have time to move, and Whitlow wanted it to go in the place which he was supposed to leave. Didn't happen that way, and Brampton now dodges a bullet, working with 6.5 to play. Ward, one-on-one. Travis Stotts on him. Ward shovels that toward the net. Picked up Ingram. He'll let it go. Dusty Hill. And everything Dusty Hill's had to worry about has come from distance. And that's exactly what you want if you are the Snipers. Keep Brampton as far away from the net as possible. Let Dusty Hill handle the rest. Thunder. Swim move. Stops on a dime. Armitage rolling into trouble, and that'll be a high stick. King, quick shot. Hill, only 4 on the shot clock, though, so got to let it go, and that gets knocked down. So the Snipers will go to their second power play of the game. Currently 1 for 1. I do want to send a special shout out to the volunteers and the special deliveries that I get, whether it be cookies or anything else. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate being the recipient, regardless of who you hang around with. I still like you. So we are good. But thank you guys for that. And I love the way he tries to pay like he doesn't hear me, but he does. Power play number 2 here for the Snipers. So Pilon at the top, working with Goddard. Interchange now. Whitlow behind the net. Working at Thunder Hill. That bouncer right on. Good save by Harushka. Cut down to short side. And now racing up and over the timeline is Oberle. So a minute and a half to go. We are inching toward the 5-minute mark. And that one takes a funny hop, but right behind the net. Hill handles that. And now Goddard will leg it over the timeline. Skip that back door. Thunderhill tried to roll that. Harushka made that one look routine. And now going to have to backtrack. Good pass up the middle. And going to have to hurry. Cristello puts on the Jets. Gets it over. Joey Zabo. Zabo! So we've been waiting for Joey Zabo to score. And the Milton resident, former young man that played for me, picks up his first arena lacrosse goal. And hats off to Joey Zabo. 4-1. Told you got to let that kid play a little offense. He's got some skill. That I know. So Brampton on the board with 4:41 to play here in this first half. And you can say what you want, but really the Snipers only have 4 goals. So Brampton is still in this game. So a shorthanded marker for Zabo, and now trying to get it back are the Snipers. In tight, Maxwell, point blank, and Harushka did everything in his power to keep that ball from going across the goal line. 38 seconds left to burn here. And now some work to be done here to get it over the timeline. And teetering on that. Boy, that was close. And now collision there, and a good job to get it back by the Express. So Sean Osborne, big collision there. Shaken but not stirred. Final 5 seconds of the Brampton penalty here. 10 on the shot clock. So teams back to full strength. Back door. Good duck-in move. Speed and beauty goal. And give some credit there. That looked like Keelan Jackson getting the job done at the just as the teams came back to full strength. Jackson with his first Arena Lacrosse League goal, and it's a big one, 4-2. Just want to wish this young Powellus kid good luck in his game tonight. His job is not to score goals, it's to stop them. So I know he's going to be good. Off the draw, McDonald. So a little momentum here. Back-to-back goals by the Express as Duncan Carte, or Cart with the extra E, call it what you want, gets it over now, and it's Ward. Brampton has a little more pep now after those couple of goals. Ward, 10 on the shot clock. Trying to dipsy-doodle. Low pass, duck it Ingram. Twister right on. Hill, transition opportunity now for the Snipers. Stotts runs under it. Back door. Chayton King out. Briley Maxwell out. Maxwell back down. Thunder! No rain. Through the crease, the call. And it'll be back to Brampton's possession. Walsh. He'll put on the brakes and get harassed there. Tough pass. Good job with the hands to keep that one in possession by Jennings. And now a good underhand bouncer from Freeman. Stopped. And now Vern Hill. Killian tucks it in. Killian still going strong. Curls out. Vern Hill. He'll fake that. Goddard now. Hill. Switch hand. Underhand with the other hand. That goes off a leg. So no over and back, but no reset. 5 in the shot clock. That's rolled toward the net, but Goddard in the crease as we hit the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in this first half. Freeman. 4-2 game. I know you didn't bet the odds on that. And just getting a little ahead of himself was Jackson. And now Stotts had a big transition goal Friday. Stotts tried to go far side. Nothing doing. Back the other way is Searle. Searle taking his time here. He'll dump it down and work it to Freeman. Freeman bounced away. Good job, Radenberg. Scooped up. Ward! 3 straight for the Express. It's a 4-3 game. Curtis Ward waiting for him to pick up where he left off. That is his 33rd goal of the season. A big one, comes with 1:15 left. And if you're the Snipers, you cannot take your foot off the gas pedal for a second. Particularly the way Lane Harushka's playing. He is not giving up a whole lot. Clean win off the draw by Palace, and good dipsy-doodle move there by Stone Jacobs to get it over the timeline. Jacobs puts on the Jets. Jacobs trying to answer over the net. Beam will pick that up and get it to Szabo. Szabo does a good job. He gets by Goddard in a hurry, swings it around McDonald. We're into the final minute. First half, and giving right back. That'll give Dusty Hill a chance to air it out. Vern Hill has a man backdoor. Puts on the brakes. Dumps it. On the run. Backhand try well wide. Ball loose. Killian trying to go get it. 30 seconds left in the half. Killian hits it back to Vern Hill. Hill. Bouncer inside. Whitlow. Beauty goal from a beauty pass. Hill to Whitlow on the money. 5-3. 23 seconds left. Well, I said that there was a pass made by Wes Whitlow that only Thunder Hill could handle. That pass there from Thunder Hill, with the exception of Vern Hill, Wes Whitlow was probably the only one that could have handled that. So a big goal, big answer by the Snipers, and a collision there, and Dougie Palace got the arms extended, and that's going to be an easy call. Should be no argument. A defenseless player, and Dougie Palace got to understand that being big and strong, you catch the guy the wrong way, that's the case. So I don't even think his dad's arguing that one, and that's a surprise for everyone in the building. So Brampton's going to take a timeout, 2-minute penalty, and we'll take a quick break. So set the stage here as we've got 19 seconds left. Dougie Palace in the penalty box. Third power play for the Express. They will go for the final shot here. Searle at the top. 10. That shot from Keene goes off the post and into the Snipers bench. So with 7 seconds left, Brampton will get another chance. Racing up the floor. 4. Got to shoot it. They do. Good save, Dusty Hill. Buzzer goes. 1 half remaining. 5-3 Snipers. All ready to go now for third quarter. And this is a pivotal point here. Snipers with a 5-3 lead, currently killing a penalty, 1:41 left, and the Brampton Express reeled off 3 unanswered to come back in this game, and Jerry Stotts able to work that possession, and now the Snipers will look to burn some time. Jacobs. So pivotal meaning it's going to matter who gets off to a good start here. If the Snipers can somehow hold off pocket one, that'll go put the momentum in their favor. Brampton, the longer they keep it close. Goddard, his shot just stopped barely by the pads. If the Express can just hang on and maybe add another, they really put the pressure on these Snipers. Keene, he'll keep it on the half boards. 45 seconds left in a man advantage. Keene waiting for the rest, taking a while for the offense to get out there. Ingram. Freeman will float out there as well. Keene tried to skip it across to Ward. Ward going to have to work. Instead, it goes behind the net. Transition opportunity now with Mitch Zulian. Zulian, with 25 seconds to burn, will pull up. Snipers will spread the floor here. Try to kill the final 15. Jayton King, back out Zulian. Zulian now with 5 on the shot clock. That one knocked down. It'll trickle harmlessly aside, and Brampton now will gain possession with the teens back to full strength. Cristello, he'll flip retreat. Searle. Pressured up top by Stotts. Ingram looking for someone on that side. Floats it across. Ward gets refloated back, backhand wide. Picked up. Ingram dumps it off with 6 on the shot clock. Ward gets a step. Shovel back out to Searle. Nothing doing, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Stotts will scoop and go. So Stotts and Stotts out there on the left side. In tight to Thunder Hill. Right to Travis Stotts. So Hill took the check. Stotts took the ball, and now it's Armitage. Rolling off. ASP had it pop out of his pocket. Beam trying to shovel it ahead, and he does. And that's an over and back call. Ball was on the right side of the line, but the body wasn't, so therefore. And now Freeman. Slides it down. Keene. Ward from way out. Good sidearm. Karams Jacobs. Keene going to run him down. Vern Hill jumping in the rush. That's going to be from behind. No call there. And tough no call, as I thought that was from behind. But the officials had a better vantage point to see if that was not on the shoulder. And either way now, Killian. Snipers. Doing everything. They're putting on the pressure. Killian now. Vredenberg with the screen, and that one goes back. Karams the other way. So if you are the Express, boy, you are dodging some bullets here and have been for 2 quarters. Jackson. Good shuck and jive. Gets a step and tried to go far side. Dusty Hill. Having none of that, and now Mikey McLaughlin. 11 minutes to go here in the third. 2-goal lead for the Snipers, 5-3. Pelon. Jayton King on the curl. Goddard in tight. Maxwell! 6-3 Snipers. Briley Maxwell with his third of the game. When the Snipers flow into their offense and have good ball movement, they make the offense look easy. It's when they get a little stymied and stagnant, not a lot of movement, that the problems begin. So as soon as they flow, either whether it be in the offensive set with the floor spread or in transition, that's when they're at their best. And they showed it right there. So violation on Beam gives possession to the Snipers. Hats off to the officiating crew who has been all but invisible in this game as ASP moves it up to Whitlow. That pass in tight. Armitage tracks it down, works it to Goddard. Goddard turns the corner, underhand, rebound, ASP! And did that sneak through? No! Great save by Harushka as he doing everything in his power to keep his team in it. That one, Crazy Karam on a bad pass. Quickly up. Thunderhill tucks it far side. First of the game for Thunder, although he's had probably a good 8 shots. Found the mark there for his first. He's got 14 on the season. It's now a 7-3 lead, largest lead of the game of 4 for the Snipers. Well, we knew that this was going to be a pivotal time, the early part of the third quarter. Who's going to come out with a little more pep and try and take a stranglehold? And this is the second 4-goal lead the Snipers have. They watched the last one evaporate, trying to add to their total now. Zulian. Whitlow, duck in, shovel. Caden King shot. Steered aside nicely by Harushka. King does a good job to gather the rebound. Maxwell ducks in. Maxwell! Back-to-back goals for Briley Maxwell, his 4th of the game. So I know there were some people out there a little skeptical about the way this second half was going to start for the Six Nations Snipers, but it certainly has gone in their favor. Funny how a little good will put a smile on anyone's face, regardless, good hair or not. Off the draw, Curtis Ward shovels it back. And Brampton now trying to regroup, trying to find a little something. A 3-goal run to open things up here in the third has put the Snipers back in the driver's seat. Keene zips it across. Jacobs got a piece of it. Ward re-skips that one, goes up and out of play. And possession will belong to the Snipers. Just over 9 minutes to play here, third quarter. Snipers battling for a playoff spot. Brampton trying to keep things positive, keep them rolling, already in the playoffs. Whitlow wrapped up, gets it, Goddard gets it back. Whitlow behind the back shovel, wide of the mark. And now a chance here for the Express. And a big save, Dusty Hill. James Oberle put on the Jets, but Hill was waiting at the other end for the denial. Maxwell has had the last 2 goals for the Snipers. Feeling it. Maxwell, tough angle. Nothing doing. Tried to put that far side. Goddard will pick him up. 20 more to work with Whitlow. ASP, Maxwell, double teamed and tackled, and I think that's going to go for a first down and a penalty at the same time. So back to the power play go the Snipers. They are 1 for 2, but they've given up a shorthanded goal. So an easy call on the hold. Evan Ward. So another one here would go a long way for the Snipers. Special shout out to Connor Waller doing his thing here. Was at the game in Oshawa yesterday, so boy, the kid gets around. In tight. Goddard will get it back with 10. Kick out. Chayton King missed the net. And I tell you, the King had a wide open cage pretty much. Great job by Armitage. Rubbed out Adamson and get it up now to Thunder. To Whitlow, give and go. Back down low, Goddard stopped though by Harushka. Boy, some great passing there through the crease, the call. And great job by Harushka. And he's the reason that this game is what it is right now. Searle, and I tell you, when you look at this Brampton team, you know they're missing 7 of their core guys, but it really gives you the idea that they don't really have a one-man or two-man show. They really play as a collective unit. And that when guys have to go solo, you really see they struggle because they're used to working in a five-man set with all guys able to do what they can do. Whitlow, that one right on. Whitlow tracks it down again. 25 seconds left in the power play. Maxwell gets his own rebound. 6.5. Kick out. Maxwell, swing. Pilon, shot. Stopped again by Harushka. Boy, Lane Harushka has had plenty of work today. Oberle will give it off. Jackson teetering on that line. Ward now. Good pressure by the snipers. Killian. Lofted back out with 7 on the shot clock. Ward. Ward, switch hands. Good shot. Better save. Killian has a man now. Vern Hill leaking out as usual. Vern Hill. Vern Hill tried a little nifty little slow roller that he loves oh so much. And percentage-wise, not the best. Keene took a hard hit. Forced to cough it up. Stone Jacobs been Mr. Surehand today. He'll bring it over the timeline. 5.5 to go here in the third. It's been all Six Nations here in this third quarter. Armitage getting a running start. Little shake and bake. On the run. Harushka, good save there. Carte on the run. Flip ahead. Walsh. Thinking better of it. Didn't have the numbers. And now Ward. Swing around. Searle. Keene. Drive and gets taken into the net. And that'll be a crease call. And that will take us to our officials' timeout. Good to go here in this third quarter as Maxwell. Back-to-back goals have given the Snipers a bit of a breathing room here. And they'll work it back around to Thunder. Underhill still surveying. Kicks it across. Whitlow in tight. Maxwell working one-on-one. Couldn't connect clean. And now Jonah Beam, one hop. And they'll get it over the timeline. Good defense by Vredenberg, and they'll swing it around to Ward on the left. Stotts on him. Ward on the run, lets it go. That gets knocked down. Swiped by who else but Swiper, no swiping, Vern Hill. On the run, Vern Hill. He'll duck in, switch hands, underhand. Wide of the mark. I tell you, Vern Hill, always got something. Him and Whitlow, they always got something. Costello, bad pass. Scooped up by Killian. Poirier hit the carpet. And now it'll be Stotts that tucks it and goes and legs it over the timeline. 3.5 minutes to go here, third quarter. Putting the wraps on week 13, only 14 weeks in the regular season. Give and go Whitlow. Tiptoes around, and that was pretty much a check from behind, no call. Whitlow still up. Still rubbery like Gumby. And I know many of you don't remember Gumby, but Whitlow is just that. As a tough play there, took a hard hit possession to Brampton. Earlier today, it was the Ohsweken Bears, 12-10 winners over the Whitby Steelhawks, putting an end to Whitby's 8-game winning streak and upping their win streak to 4. On the interchange, Searle and a big jersey save by Hill, and Keene wasn't able to pocket that rebound. Dusty Hill. Zulian now tiptoeing over the timeline. He'll retreat. And now Thunder. Hill slides it across. They'll work it now. Goddard. 7 on the shot clock. Goddard tried to get it across the Hill on the crease. Sips it. Quick stick. Maxwell off the post. And they'll say no reset. And now Brampton will look to move it up. Ingram puts on the Jets. Ingram. Good help by McLaughlin as Vern Hill again. Tell you, don't leave your wallet around. Vern Hill will take it. Almost over the timeline. Ingram now. Skipped across. Freeman. Oh, the kid is tricky himself, that Freeman. Wiry, too. Tough to handle. As Stotts now. He'll give way, and Armitage in full flight. Armitage. You like Armitage. He's fearless, man. I tell you, through the crease, the call there. So Brampton's, they have had to work just to get the ball over the timeline. And they've done a good job to do that, but waiting for them right in the middle, and the stick checking supreme as racing for it now Keene. Keene, good move. Keene bounced too much on it. Stotts goes airborne. Has a man. Zulian moves it up. Jacobs jumps in the rush. Jacobs tried to go far side. That'll go up and out of play. Possession belongs to Brampton as we are into the final minute here of the third. Joey Zabo on the run. Zabo puts on the brakes. Again, valuable experience for a lot of these young players for Brampton. Getting the call here for this game. Ward flips it back looking for Searle. Searle bumped out of the play. Dougie Palace all over that now. 35 seconds on the game clock. Hess. Hill. 8-second differential. Game and clock. Hill. He'll take that. 10 on the shot clock. Goddard. Chayton King. That's his spot off the post. It'll stay right here. And haven't seen Wes Whitlow in a couple of shifts. Have to keep an eye out. Took a hard hit last time out. We will make sure he's okay. And Goddard. Final 10 seconds. In tight. King. Quick shot. Chayton King. With 7 seconds left. The King in the goal-scoring column for the 23rd time this season. A big quarter for the Snipers. 4 unanswered for a 9-3 lead. Palace. Quick hands. Now Curtis Ward, certainly not your usual draw man, but that final shot on target. 9-3, 15 minutes to play from the ILA. We'll be back. Yeah, Bird, just to get it off my chest, got a vent. Okay. Set to go here for fourth quarter. Boy, I tell you, some of the things you got to deal with here at the ILA. Just have to grin and bear it, but it's all good in the long run. Stowe Jacobs. So the Snipers now 15 minutes away from winning back-to-back games against the defending champs. They picked up their first ever win in Brampton on Friday night overtime, 15-14. Whitlow tried to change it up, go top corner, but Harushka right there for that one. And now Zabo. Shout out, of course, to Dad John, Mom Lori. They always support Joey. Great move. Zabo! Oh, my! I told you the kid could score. And he sure put on a clinic right there, picking up his second of the game. He has been responsible for half the scoring for Brampton. And so Joey Zabo's in there as a defensive transition specialist. But, of course, with the change in the lineup, a chance here to kind of spread his wings. I know in minor lacrosse, he was one of the leading scorers for a good 4 years coming up, then took his talents to Mimico in the junior ranks and switched over to field, played some D, was a draw man there. So still has those offensive skills as we've seen, and good to see Joey Zabo doing what Joey Zabo likes to do. Off the draw, Bradenburg turns that around the other way, and you can see that some of these young guys that are up for Brampton, not used to the pace of this game, as these guys go pretty fast and furious for 4 quarters. Bradenburg out there on offense, and Cristello. So one man to beat Cristello. It's Jacobs. That's a tough call there as it goes up, and Dusty Hill had to keep his back inside that crossbar. And now Poirier. So this would be a huge win for the Snipers, not just to help get them in the playoffs, but confidence-wise, back-to-back against a team like Brampton, regardless the scenario, is no easy feat. Thunderhill, twister inside, tried to connect. That low one, ASP rebound, picked up. 2 shovels, and the second one goes. Keelan Pilon puts his name in the scorer's column. 17th of the season. And now the lead bulges to 6. Funny how when you look at the crowd, a little bit of breathing, a bit of sigh of relief here in this second half. It was a little tense there for the first 30, and the Snipers have stood tall here, dominated the third, and back out. Slick pickup by Whitlow. Trapped, though, against the boards, and Poirier there, and I think they're both going to go as... So James Oberle's come in. He's done a good job. He's a feisty young man. Poirier, of course, a vet, and they'll both go. Coincidental roughing would be my guess. That is the case, so they'll take a breather, and we'll open up the floor 4-on-4. So in case you missed it, Peterborough 23-11 winners over Paris on yesterday. Oshawa 12-8 over the struggling Toronto Monarchs. Ward, kick over, quick stick attempt, nothing doing. Jacobs now. Stotts, backdoor, skip, Thunder. Tried to go under, couldn't do it. Whitlow trying to knock it back to him. Gets taken down, fighting for it some more, and it's Beam. Rona Beam moves it up. Ward skips it across, looking for Ingram. Ingram got the one-handed chop from Stotts, and not too many trees can stay standing with him around, and now Jacobs. Maxwell swings it around. Whitlow. Jacobs in tight. Maxwell on the run. Stopped, though, by Harushka. Whitlow had his stick and everything else chopped down. Still has it. And possession belongs to the Snipers. Shot right on. Saved by Harushka. Chayton King doing a good job running that down, so they'll get 20 more. Whitlow, backhand bullet. We were waiting for that one. Whitlow doing what he does. Backhand, it's 11-4. So Wes Whitlow, I got to say, best backhand in the Arena Lacrosse League as of right now. If you look at velocity and accuracy, among other things he brings to the table, and a big goal there as I think if you're Jeff Dowling and the coaching staff for Brampton, you knew that you were undermanned, and again, the purpose is to give some guys some work and reset for the final weekend of the regular season. Zabo. Oh, you could tell he's running with that zest as he went down awkwardly, and that's a bit of a concern as I think he got that leg rejarred on the carpet. I think Zabo's got to stay down as Zulin gets a shot, and he's got to stay there. And I think I saw that from here, and we'll take a break, and we'll be right back. Set for the inbound, so Joey Zabo assisted off and into the change room. We will try to get an update on him whenever we can. And a turnover, Snipers quickly turn it the other way, Vradenburg. And I think if you're the Snipers now, you shouldn't be in any hurry to do a whole lot. You don't take your foot off the gas pedal, but at the same time, work for a good shot. Try to use some clock each and every possession. Hill out. ASP on the spin. Good defense. Searle got away with a high stick, and either way, that'll sit on behind the net, and now possession belongs to Brampton. Oberle, I tell you, that kid can fly. Skip across, looking for Ingram. Couldn't get it cleanly, and that's what tough D will do for you as Hess scoops that up, is it'll make you think a little twice and make you hurry. So Osborne, and I'm not quite sure he needs to be involved in anything at this juncture. So I think it's a slashing call. Sorry, it's not. It's an unsportsmanlike call. And again, so for the fourth time in the game, Brampton back to the power play, 0 for 3. Well, these are the kind of things, and right now the Snipers have been good. This, again, just their fourth penalty of the game, but when you get into good habits, you got to keep them good, or it's easy to revert back. Searle at the top. That one picked off, and Jacobs still has the speed to recover. Jacobs leads in. Jacobs, top corner. Short-handed goal for Stone Jacobs. Second of the game for Jacobs. And again, like I said, you don't take your foot off the gas pedal, but you take what's given to you. And Jacobs, great effort to keep the legs going. Didn't give up on that ball when it got bobbled. Stayed with it and able to pocket one over the shoulder of Harushka. No knock on Lane Harushka. He kept his team in this game. It was just 3-0 Snipers after one, 5-3 at the half. It was the third quarter explosion that has spread the gap now to 12-4. Ward, 9.5 to play here, fourth quarter. Putting the wraps on week 13 of the Arena Lacrosse League. I've gotten you all caught up as Ward rings one off the crossbar. Searle, underhand, Dusty Hill. And as good as Lane Harushka's been, and that's going to be a penalty. And that'll be an easy call, as you can understand why Andrew Vradenburg not too happy about that. That'll be a legal cross-check, and we'll see what the official call is. This is the time now in a lopsided affair where things get a little chippy if the officials aren't on it tight. So Ingram's going to go. That'll nullify the last minute 6 on the power play and allow the Snipers an abbreviated one, which will be their 4th of the game. But in the meantime, between time, we'll go 4-on-4. King. And he's never shy about letting it go, I tell you, as that one will go over the timeline and belongs now to Jonah Beam and the Express. "45 seconds left. Bodies rolling all over. Ward. Killing on him. Good screen. Coughed up, though. Stotts right there to break that up. And he'll travel over the timeline. Goddard. Whitlow. In tight. Thunderhill just missed the net, not by much. Ward. Able to hold it one-handed. Gets ahead of steam going. Ward. He'll let it go and pick the corner. So Curtis Ward, second of the game. Never say die as 4 seconds left in the Sniper penalty. So that's not a power play goal, but again, second of the game, 34th of the season for Ward. Makes it 12-5 as we're just over 8 minutes to play. Beam off the draw, pouring his way in, but a double team took that away. Beam's going to manhandle Vradenberg, and that's strictly a size factor there. And now Whitlow. So back to the power play go the Snipers. Just 35 seconds, though. Thunderhill, Whitlow. Maxwell. Hill underhand over. Whitlow rebound. Whitlow duck in. Whitlow fake. Pass over, looking for Pilon on the doorstep. And that's picked off by Goddard. He'll flip it right back, and they'll go to work. Final 15 seconds of the man advantage. Under 7.5. Goddard. No look. Thunder standing there. Able to build a house and some as he pockets another. And a big power play goal, their third power play goal of the game. Second marker for Thunderhill. Just making sure Brampton has all their personnel out there they should. Off the draw. Powell is taken down. And it's Speedy Zulian that comes out of the scrum. Jacobs will move it up. Whitlow will slow it down. That bullet again. It's the thunder and the rain coming down now. Third of the game for Hill. With just under 7 minutes to play, to give you an idea of what next weekend looks like. Week 14, final week of the regular season. Toronto Monarchs up against the Whitby Steelhawks. That's on Saturday. That'll be followed by the Peterborough Timbermen Oshawa Outlaws, a must-win for both teams. That at 5 p.m. Those go at Children's Arena. And then next Sunday, another doubleheader right here at the ILA. Snipers, River Wolves, and then to wrap up the regular season, the Express against the Bears. Off the draw, Keene trying to weave through a couple defenders. Settle it down on that on that right side. Keene trying to get a run and start. Osborne laying the lumber down. Keene still has it. Out to Ward. Ward, good dip in and just rung that off the pipe. Vern Hill leaking out. Vern Hill has Jacobs. He sees him. Bounce pass. Jacobs. Great save, a crease. On a beauty feed. Vern Hill to Stone Jacobs. And that will take us to our final officials timeout and allow us to thank some of our Six Nations sponsors one more time. Classics to Customs Auto Body. Of course, Belco Construction. KT Gas and Tobacco. Tribe Cannabis. Little Buffalo Store and Gas. MTS Native Services. Morrow Athletics. Guaranteed Glass and Tint. Nicosi. Wicked Extracts. And, of course, Hills Custom Coffins. Come on by. You won't be able to stay. We'll be back. That's why set to resume now as Freeman will inbounds, get it over the timeline. Got to watch Killian on him. He's a handful. Swinging across, and they work it to Jackson. Searle. Down low, Ward. Ward. Shovel in tight. That would have been a tough play for Freeman. Good move by Keene. And Keene, a beauty. Highlight goal there. So Liam Keene stepping up, bearing his 5th of the season. And if you're the Express now, you're looking at taking the positives out of this, keeping an eye on some of these young guys and see what holes they can plug as we move towards playoff time. Remember the playoff format. Not 8 teams make it. It's top 6. Top 2 get a bye. The next 4 will play a quarterfinal. And then that will lead right into the semis and a final. We'll get your dates for you. All games will be played at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center in Oakville. We'll get a full schedule for you next week. Zulian will give way. Jacobs on the move. Shoot it over to the left side, and they'll work it as we're 5.5 minutes away from wrapping up week 13. Thunderhill, shook and jive. Boy, he got some moves. Whitlow, swing, Pilon. Pilon taking no prisoners with that shot, deflected. Scooped up, Brampton the other way. Oberle has a trailer. Dump inside, Ward tried around the back. Dusty Hill not having none of that play time as now Freeman. Tried to skip that pass across, nothing doing. Who else but the swiper, Vern Hill, gave it up looking for Chayton King as that gets knocked back the other way. Freeman, he'll scoop it up, got Searle with him. Freeman, down low, wrong stick side though, probably should have taken that shot himself, and gets it back. Chased by Hess. Good move to get open. Ward, that's his shot, but gets knocked down, 10 on the shot clock. That shot right on. Dusty Hill smothers that. And now he'll outlet Vern Hill. Goddard. Whitlow, and that was a pretty hefty screen. No surprise, it's Osborne. As that ball will get rolled up, and a bad bounce, but scooped up and almost lost. And that's an 8-second count. So just one bobble, enough pressure from the snipers. And a good job as Zulian now settles it down. Under 4 minutes. Goddard. Pilon looking to step in, ducks in, wrapped up, but tried to tuck it by Harushka, nothing doing. And he airs it out. Looking for Oberle, who had a step on Goddard. but couldn't get it clean. Express keep it on that right side. 10 on the shot clock. Ward. Duck in, Ward. Good swim move. Shovel back. Intercepted. Vern Hill. Hill lofted up. Gets intercepted. Freeman almost tried to push him back. Cristello runs to an open area. Gets it back out. Freeman. Goddard was just sniffing in the offensive end in case something leaked out. He knows Vern Hill will find him. Quick shot. Ingram knocked down. Hill lofts one up. Gonna try to let Poirier run under. Poirier does. Almost, but ran out of real estate. And Brampton now will bring it back. And who else? Vern Hill knocks it down, doesn't intercept. But he's there, though, looking for the outlet. Full sail changes for the Snipers as Thunderhill will hold tight as we head to the 2-minute warning. Armitage, half-hearted attempt, pulled it back out. Thunder, 6 on the shot clock. Adamson. Oh, Hill is going to take that. Good overhand, but easy save. Arushka. And an outlet now, Freeman. Ward skips it across. Jackson, underhand, wide of the mark. Going to be a tough get here. Saves it, keeps it. Killian will ship it over to Goddard. Under a minute and a half now. Snipers are going to come away with a W. In tight, off the crossbar. Pelon. Whitlow tracks it down. Maxwell. Pelon slithers that right through the 5-hole. So the Six Nations Snipers are going to do something that no other team has done this season, and that's beat the Brampton Express twice in the same weekend, no less. Defending champs, of course, not with their full roster, so I don't think that they'll make excuses. They'll just know that the next time out they will be better. Lane Harushka has done all he can, staying in there. Took a lot of shots, kept his team in it for at least 30 minutes. And the Snipers, barring something here into the final minute, are going to up their record to 6-7. And the Express are going to fall to 9-4. So Brampton and Whitby remain atop the standings. They will have 9-4 records. And the clock will tick down on this one, 35 seconds. And we're going to have a penalty as Searle was taken down, illegal cross-check. That one, Dusty Hill there to save that. Kicked back out, Ingram. Ingram trying to turn the corner. Runs into 2 and Whitlow. Ward. That shot right on. Hill to save. It'll roll into the corner. They'll get it back with 10 seconds left on the game clock. That's going to keep our officials' hand up for the remainder as it will tick down. 15-6, the final in favor of the Snipers. On behalf of the Arena Lacrosse League, thank you for all our volunteers, all our workers, our cameraman, Stamp Blacks Lacrosse. I'm Lance Wynn. We'll see you next week, week 14 in the Arena Lacrosse League. No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you.